out on iHipHopTV.com on YouTube. Shit is fire. Check out iHipHopTV.com on YouTube.
That's right. That's right. You know what time it is. It's your man P Stock. This is iHipHopTV presents Mad Money Militia Inc. 1-on-1. Got another great show. This right here is an exciting show. You know, we want to get to. We got Hollywood royalty on, in the house tonight, which is a beautiful thing. And we'll get into that. Big shout out to Aladdin 19. Big shout out to Big Wall, the Culture Gang, Just the Culture Crew, Dark Diva, Mad Money Militia. Big shout out to everybody out there, all our viewers, followers, and listeners. Thanks for tapping in, man. We had a great show. And I like these kind of shows because we hit you with something that you wasn't expecting, so, and we like to hit it, and it's hot too, so that's the whole thing. Tonight we have a recording artist, producer, straight out of Black Hollywood royalty, and I can't put it no other way than that. And I don't like to steal the thunder. I like just to hear it straight from the artists themselves. So without further ado, tonight we have recording artist, producer Robin Harris Jr. in the house. What's happening, man? Thanks for coming through, man. Taking some time out to holler at the audience and the viewers, man, and let them know what you're doing, man. That's a big thing.
What's up? It's Robin Harris Jr. Glad to be here. We had a little turbulence, but we here now. Thank you for the platform, giving me the platform and the opportunity to share what I do.
That's right. And that's what we love, to come through and hear, because your music is incredible. I've been listening to it. I've been living with it. And I feel it, and I see the direction you're going to. So, At what age? I mean, being that your father was a great comedian and actor, when did you know that you were going to go the music route, being a producer and an artist? Let us know about that. When did you know that was going to be your path instead of following your father's footsteps?
For me, man, I'll just give you a little background as well too. Like my name, Robin Harris Jr. My father is the late great Robin Harris.
Yes.
I grew up without my father. Unfortunately, he passed away right before I was born. So as I grew up and navigated through life, I always had that void in my life, and luckily, I had a positive outlet to channel all the things that I was going through with art. And growing up, my mom, she's has a musical background as well, as a singer and vocalist. So I've been around music all my life. I grew up in the inner city of LA, mid city / the Crenshaw district. Like those were like the regions I kind of grew up in, going to church. And first introduction was in church, being like the little engineer for the PA board. I was blessed to get paid to, every Sunday to work doing that, kind of keep me out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? And I had to go to choir rehearsal all the time with my mom. So I'm just around music naturally, picking this thing up. But I would say once I got to middle school, my mom started to really kind of break down, like, okay, what was really going on with the, absence of my father due to his death. Like I always knew, but it didn't really register until I got older. And I remember I started writing poetry. I was a big Tupac fan. So Tupac, always wrote poetry. I think he was a brilliant artist, not just musically, but a great actor as well. And I modeled a lot of how I would channel my emotions similar to him. And my mom discovered one of my poems one day. And that was a blessing, actually, because from there, she started putting me in the studio and started kind of giving me some game, how to go about navigating the music world. Also introducing me to the piano, signing me up for music classes, piano classes, and stuff like that. So I was blessed to kind of get that introduction. I also grew up with a village that, helped raise me as well. Just the community, a family but also just the community that love my parents and, love my dad, who always, whatever outlets they had creatively, they offer those resources to me as well. So I would say probably middle school is when I started to like dive in, but high school is when I started to like really kind of start locking in. I had a few coaches actually in the inner city who discovered our rap, and they rap for them, and they're like, "Oh, you kind of good. Like, you ever been to the studio?" I'm like, "I've been, but I've always been with my mom. I'm trying to do my own thing." So, by the mom's graces, they kind of took me under their wing and took me to what is called Lamert Park in LA, and took me to home studio, KC. Shout out to KC. Still out of relationship to this day. MJG, Coach Jess, all of them, they kind of start gaming me up, teaching me how to record myself, teaching me how to like count bars and write, be intentional with my pen, be an independent artist. They was preaching the independence back then, so it just stuck with me.
That's huge. That's huge. Coming from at Village Lamert Park, that's Marla Gibbs. He does a lot of events there. And everything.
Shout out Marla Gibbs.
Big shout out to Marla Gibbs. We know because 2K Kent and Frank Stickums and them, they work out it. They do a lot of events there, and that's a producer I might gotta link you up with out there that we mess with, that he does Bobby Brown and Brown Derby. You might have already met him in the studio session.
I was about to say, it's LA so small, we probably didn't cross paths or then shook hands or something, but if not, I'm pretty sure we'll tap in for sure.
That's right. Him and Frank Stickums and was out there doing their thing. So that's huge, and it's good. So and you mentioned the church, and I think that's a great spot if artists don't know to pick up those skills for engineering as well as developing music like vocal coaching and everything else and along that line. So you play the piano, you got the piano down, so that's excellent, to mix it through your production. Now, do you do a lot of your own production? Like I seen the 3 videos, and I'm not sure. I didn't see. You look like you might have got those from other producers, which is good. But you do a lot of your own production as well.
I do a lot of my own production, but I work with a lot of producers as well too. I usually work with a lot of the producers that kind of know me, know my story, my background, and kind of like just got the similar vibe that I like. A lot of producers, the main producers I usually work with is Beats Made by Fresh out of LA. I'm pretty sure one of the videos I sent you, we had it collaborated on. We worked together on some stuff. My boy Anderson Knight from LA, we always collabing. Jarris Mosey, real influential in my early stages of production and showing me the ropes, what it takes to be an artist and producer early on. So those are the people that help groom me in my production ways. And I would say, honestly, 2020, the world was shut down. I had to figure out how to channel my creativity. So I really started producing during the pandemic and really started to like get more hands-on. I was executive producing, but really, crafting the production and things like that. I would say that's been about 4 years now.
Yeah. See that pandemic, I think, it was a blessing for a lot of people because it gave people time to get in that work, to concentrate and focus, and it leveled the playing field for a lot of folks too in there.
Definitely,
so I think that was huge as well.
So
I mean, you should be, and I hope they do. I hope a lot of the comedians and that thing should take you and let you open for them, because that's a big thing, with the artists opening for the comedians, on the stand-up circuits, that'd be big, that'll go a long way. Has that happened for you yet? Has anybody stepped up and made that offer to let you open for them? Like, I can see it's probably soon. It's probably coming real soon. It's on tour.
I've worked with a few different comedians, definitely the ones that worked with my dad or love my pops or whatnot. I haven't been on a tour with a comedian yet, but I've definitely got to open up for like a few shows. Or trying to think off the top of my head. Ricky Harris, rest in peace. He was really
Yeah.
influential in my career early on, you know, mentoring me, showing me the ropes of entertainment, and really teaching me like really tap into your full creativity, really tap in as an artist. So I definitely did a lot of work with Ricky, him and Jerry's. Trying to think, well, this is a few people, but on the top of my head, you know, them, Ricky, Lunell's always showed me love.
Oh yeah,
It's
now.
it's the ton. I'll be sitting here trying to remember them all, but you know, especially the comedy world, man, they always support me in whatever way that they can, and I'm always grateful for that.
Yeah, that's big. That's what I imagine. I was like, man, I know if you ain't yet, you gonna be out of here on tour with some comedians doing your thing, which would be big,
Yeah,
and I could see that. I could see that happening definitely,
yeah,
and that's huge, because you know your father's legacy, and it's funny, it's funny. I was talking to one of my friends' daughter, and we was talking about Bebe's kids, and she was
yeah,
like, "Who?" And I had to forget, like, dang, you wasn't even born when that came out yet either.
yeah,
So you missed that, but she's a researcher and she's an artist herself. She goes out
no,
and performs and stuff. So that one that kind of threw me back, threw me off when she said who. She didn't
yeah.
know who that was. I thought in the hood everybody knows that.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
What's crazy is a lot of people. I work with, I work with a lot of youth too,
Yeah.
with my nonprofit. But a lot of them, they say the same thing. Who? And then once I show it to them, or once they see the actual cartoon itself, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know this," but they just didn't. They couldn't
They
register
couldn't
what it
put them
was.
together. Yeah, yeah, that's good. You do a lot of things. But shout out to you for doing that, man, with the youth, man. Like we saying,
Yeah,
man, that's big to work with the youth, and especially
yeah,
playing ball. And you was an All American playing ball too. Where'd you go to
yeah.
college out there? Did you go stay on the West Coast as well?
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess you could say. I started out of high school. I went to a junior college. I went the junior college route, West LA
Hmm.
College to start, and then from there, I got an opportunity to walk on at New Mexico State for I
Oh
was the
yeah,
year. Um, it didn't really pan out the way that I envisioned,
hmm,
and I wanted to come back home and uh, get an opportunity to really prove myself and work a little bit harder. And then I
yeah.
ended up going All American and graduating from Chapman University in Orange County.
Beautiful, beautiful, man. The New Mexico State was an experience for you, I bet you, man, going over there.
It was
And
it was for sure an experience, but
it was an
it was what I
experience.
needed at the time too. It was that was my first like grown man decision, was to leave LA and like go pursue what I wanted to pursue at that time.
Hmm.
Go to school and be on my own and go through life situations, But
Yeah,
it makes you, and I'm glad I got that out the way because it made me into the man that I am today.
yes, and that's a beautiful thing because you take that experience and you apply that to everything else moving forward.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk to us about your nonprofit, what you're doing. Let the viewers know about that. So I like people when you got these nonprofits. I like people to support these things. 'Cause it's coming
Oh
from
yeah,
artists that's working to come in and support, especially in LA. Because when 2K Kent and them see it, I know they're going to step up and throw some support. So yeah, so let us know
yeah.
about your nonprofit. What what's the name of it? And
Also, yes, most definitely. The nonprofit is the Robin Harris Foundation, actually, and it's
Mhm.
in honor of my father, the late great Robin Harris. It was started by my
Beautiful.
mother, Exetta
Hmm.
Harris. She came to myself and my older brother one day. It first started back, I want to say, over a decade now, and it first started off. She wanted to do a little comedy tribute to him, and
Hmm.
the comedy tribute was such a great success. It turned into, okay, we about to do a real nonprofit and like really, pursue this mission. And basically, we work with kids throughout the inner cities, and we provide resources and opportunities for them to through performing arts and
Yeah.
sports and education. With my family, especially myself, my older brother, and my mom. I mean, my father. We have all a background in sports. Believe it or not, my dad was a track athlete um,
Yeah.
during days. And my brother played football at USC in the late 90s, early 2000s. And of course, I played football as well. So we wanted to kind of give back in the ways that we can, offering, like I said, resources, whether that's fundraising, scholarships, workshops, things like that. And now we're actually working on being able to provide performing arts resources for inner city youth as well, with music production, music business, branding, marketing, all those type of skills and stuff.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope that you're making that happen, man. I love to hear that and see that. You're always giving back. Shout out to your mom and brother,
Yeah.
for getting it for getting that energy behind that and making that happen.
Yeah.
And it also keeps your pop relevant
Legacy.
as well.
Yeah.
They keep that legacy going, and that's a beautiful thing because I think it should be. I think his contributions to comedy and music and what he did, for the time that he did it, it touched a lot of people, and it's gonna lasting, and people ain't never gonna forget him. And you look just like him, I know you hear that a lot,
all the time.
Yeah, and that's big, and that's a good thing too, So that's huge. So let's get back to the music side. That's big with that. So, is there anybody that you have, that you would like to work with in the industry that you think would help, blow you up, or you think that you would vibe with? Anybody in the industry that you think that, or have you had the opportunity? Because you're in LA, I know there's so many artists out there, and you run across so many people. So, is there any collabs coming out down the line that we can?
Oh yeah. Well, to start, I'm always down to vibe and create with anybody that's, on the same level, frequency, or same, energy that I'm on. But LA, we all kind of grew up together, which is kind of interesting. So a lot of the, successful people out here is so LA's so big, but it's so small. So we all like connected in some form of fashion. But I think for me, it's just more about I like to collaborate organically.
Right.
I'm not big on like just doing this because this is hot, or just doing this because everybody else doing it. If we just have a conversation, vibe, collab, like let's see where it goes. That's usually how my collaborations go. And it just be happening organically. Like I might run into somebody in the store, like, hey, don't you, we should just tap in because we on the same, same vibe, or, we doing what we do. And that's really how it really goes for me. But I would say collabs that I'm interested in working, collaborating with. I'm a huge off top. I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. Been Kendrick Lamar fan since the Section 80 K Dot days when I was playing football in schoolboy TDE. So I got love for TDE and what they're doing and what they brought to the culture. I would say Anderson .Paak is another big artist that I would definitely love to vibe with at some time. And there's probably a few more, but I would say those two. Like J. Cole is another one.
Yeah.
And it's Smino out of the Midwest. He's a dope artist. There's a lot of different ones, but I would say those probably to name a few.
Name a few. Yeah, that's big. And you're right. You're in the mecca of talent and performing arts. And I like the way that you're approaching it. I like that approach. I do have Got It Bad, your video, and that's the video, and I'd like to give the people a little sample of that right here. We're gonna let them blow right there. So we got It Bad here, Robin Harris Jr., y'all. Check it out.
Shout out Beats Made by Fresh.
Yep, Beats Made by Fresh.
Took my time and looked around. I found no one like you. I get away, showtime, I need a second. Something about your vibe, something about your presence. Oh, it feel good, baby girl, that's your style. Oh, you got it bad, shorty, let's get down. See, I'm looking to build this, you gon' ride with me. If I lost it all tomorrow, you gon' grind with me. LA love, see the way you vibe with me. And I'm all about you, take your time with me. Oh, you and I, that's how we roll. It's a vibe, you never felt this before. We can slide all night long. Let's ride on. You got it bad. You got it bad.
Hey everyone, it's your man P Stock of iHipHopTV. iHipHopTV is now part of a global consortium of media outlets that not only span the US and Canada, but over 240 countries. We are broadcasters, podcasters, publishers, radio stations, and digital news sites that collectively have an audience reach of 100 plus million viewers, listeners, and readers. Currently, promotions, branding, and interviews with Club LVH on Roku TV has put them in position to drive their audience to pay outlets such as Tubi, Netflix, Apple TV, etc. Advertise with iHipHopTV. Yeah, that's tight. You know, and people got to go out and support that. Go out and download it, stream it, request it, make that happen. It's hot, and that's that's just one. The arsenal is loaded right there. So you'll get some vibes. I enjoyed the animated video you got too.
Soul Vibe.
Yeah, Soul Vibe. That's right, Soul Vibe. And then that's is that the one with Calvin, where I had to write it down.
Calvin?
Yeah, Calvin, the black gum bastard. Yeah, that's hot, man. I mean, he got some vibes, he got some sounds. I know there's more. I'm excited to hear what we got you locked in, and we're going to be definitely tapping in and seeing anytime you want to come through and break something, just come on through, man. You want to come through and holler, man. We're gonna do some live stuff. I would like for you to spin the block and come back through and do something, give the people something, to help, that's to promote, to keep it, and that's what we like to do. You come on, and we're gonna push and promote. We got the Aladdin 19 Freestyle Fridays and video music break, so your videos are gonna pop up there because I think they should be heard. They should be seen. So so and that's the kind of vibe we on with that. So this part of the show, I like to get into a little bit of just to pick your brain a little bit on stuff, on music and everything. And we talked about artists you perform with, but I like to ask this questions to the artists that come through. And this one is, if you were stranded on a desert island, okay, what 3 albums would you have to have? What 3 albums would you have to have?
3 albums that I got.
3 albums. Yep.
That's a great question.
That you could maintain being stranded on a desert island that you would never get tired of, hearing that music.
Okay, to start, I'm gonna say Damn, 3 albums. I'm gonna say Crenshaw by Nipsey Hussle is one. There's a Michael Jackson album, but it's not. It's I can't remember the name. The one where You Rock My World. I forgot the name.
Not off the wall.
Invincible.
Invincible. Okay.
Invincible.
Yeah.
It's like a great album cover. And I was like, that came out when I was a kid, and I fell in love with the production of that whole album. So I can just listen to that. And then I would say last but not least, it might be an Outcast. Was it Southern Playalistic?
Southern Playalistic.
Yeah. Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I gotta listen to them albums because it's gonna give me the vibes to get back home. So,
it's gonna give you that energy. Yeah, you get the build to get yourself off. That's hot, you know. And it's funny you mentioned Michael Jackson because we are down with LVH Connect and LVH, and that's Simon Shahuri. Big shout out to Simon, you know, and that was Joe Jackson's partner. He's actually president of the Jackson Family Foundation. So we do a lot. We started streaming Jackson Family events, streaming Michael Jackson events and stuff over in Tokyo and around the world, taking it around the world. So it's funny that you're and he watches, so he'll tap in and see. But that's why I said, you know, we like to push and market that you know, different audiences that might not get a chance to hear you, might not get a chance to see you and realize who you are because they do stuff at Cannes. He might still be in Monaco right now, but that's there at Cannes, the film festival. So your music will wind up in the parties out there. That's where you want your music to go with the big wigs listening to your music, saying, "Who's that?" You know, let's book them. Let's get that music in this soundtrack over here. Let's do that. So that's what we like to do, and that's what we hope. You know, that the whole thing with one-on-one and these shows happens. You know that you get seen, and it helps elevate you even higher. You know, because you're doing work in the community. You know, and you're doing entertainment, you know, so these are all of making it happen. So we definitely want to see it happen for you, you know, and see you blow up, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out iHipHopTV and
yes, sir.
You know, that's how it goes because you know we like it. I got into your music, so it's going to be a part of iHipHopTV. You know, it's going to be on the Roku. It's going to be running and. We definitely gonna keep you on lock for everything that we doing. Bro. We gonna make sure that happens, you know, for sure, you know. So let the viewers know where they could go and find all your music too. You know, give them all your tags and all your social. So we want our audience to have that information. So when they want to go download you and find it, they have it all. Let them know where they can find it.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty easy to find on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. You type in Robin Harris Jr. Something's gonna pop up with me in it. Whether I got hair or no hair, I've been on this journey so long. I got hair now, so I had to say that. And social media, same thing. Robin Harris Jr. I'm TikTok, Instagram. You'll catch me on there. People can holler at me. I holler back. Just don't come crazy. I ain't gonna holler back at the craziness, but if it's all love, it's all love, man.
Yeah, that's good stuff, you know. And I like to tell people now it's very important. You gotta vote. There's a very important election coming up in the fall, and you gotta stay on point. You gotta vote. So I like to ask these questions too. What right now is going on in the world that is a pet peeve to you? That if you could change it. If you could change any one thing right now going on in the world, what would that be?
Oh, that's one thing that's not enough.
No, but something to control. It's not enough for real, but something that would impact. What would that be?
That's a great question. Because my generation is affected by crazy, I'm gonna say the student loans. We gotta do something about that for not just my generation, but for everybody.
Yeah, I'm with you with that. I got some student
Like
loans.
it's crazy.
Student loan way, yeah, it is crazy. It
Yeah,
is crazy. You thinking it's low, and then that thing is rocking it up, and you don't even know why. You
yeah,
know, it's just blowing up. That's a good one. Come
yeah.
on, President
And
Biden, make sure the student loan.
I just feel like too. I mean, to elaborate on that, I just personally feel like just the way that where we at in the world today, and the way that we can educate ourselves. We don't necessarily need to pay to go to school. This is my personal opinion towards it, but you don't necessarily need to pay to go to school. But you can, like, if you want to. I think going to college is a great experience. I've been through that. It made me into the person that I am today. I met so many great people. I wouldn't even be on this podcast with you interviewing if I didn't go to college and discovering my gift, But I also feel like it shouldn't be something to where we put in a situation where it's going to affect us all of our lives, So, and especially when you look at other countries that, you don't have to pay to go to school. You can just go to school in some places. So, yeah, why can we do that here? But I know why. But I'm just saying, like, it shouldn't even be like that. Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm with you right there. I think college should be free.
yeah,
At least for the most part. At least if it can't, they can't make it totally free here because I'm with you. I know why.
yeah.
At least junior college through. Get through
Right.
junior college, and then from there, have tools to help you pursue the rest of the way if you want to.
Yeah,
If you want to choose to pursue it, but we still need electricians and plumbers and
exactly. Yeah,
mechanics and all that stuff too. College ain't for everybody. Classrooms
exactly.
ain't for everybody, and we understand that.
Yeah,
But
and
all of these things, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was
No,
just
no.
going to piggyback on that too. I think about just my time when I made the decision to go to college. Right, my thing was just really to go play football and get that college experience because I got to see that within my brother in my household. But once I kind of went through that myself and uh, came back home and got to talk to some of my peers, like I was blessed to be able to travel and play the sport that I loved or just meet different people and different walks of life, and they got to meet me as well. And people I probably never met if I
Had a
stayed
chance
in
to
the
meet.
same environments or whatever. But because I did go to school and got that education and things like that, it opened up a whole nother world for me, and also gave me a different outlook and perspective. So I'll say if that can happen for me, that can happen for a lot of different people, in the communities. And I think that when you force them to pay to go to school, you now kind of like limit them to kind of tapping into what they can become, and
Yeah,
we shouldn't do that. And especially in the inner cities and the communities we come from, people of color especially, is like
gotta
you know
harness
how
that.
how it get. Like it's a whole lot going on, a lot of obstacles and hurdles we got to jump through and face, and we shouldn't have to feel restricted because of that. That should be an opportunity for everybody to enjoy and experience and make their own decisions. That's just my personal belief
To
when it
grow.
comes to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's truth. And I'm along. I believe the same thing as you. I believe you shouldn't. You should allow people and these youth a chance to grow and to bloom, and
yeah,
instead of restricting them, and then their real talents are tamped down. You never get to know. They never get to utilize or realize their true talents.
yep,
Whether it be in the arts or whether it be in education or whether it just being you know being the next doctor or being the next lawyer or being the next great writer,
yep,
because that's one of the big things that uh, I'm all about. And you out there being in Hollywood and coming, and your father's legacy, his history, that for us in Hollywood, it hasn't been a fair shake, at all, and same with the music industry, I mean, the people, we create this music and it makes more money for other people than it does ourselves.
that's for the
Other
creative.
people, yeah, and it
Right.
gets down to the publishing and they hold your publishing and everything where, and I worked for labels, back in the day, and I've seen dudes, with on contracts, doing deals, have deals with labels, major labels, Universal or whatever, and they there with us playing video games, writing, that don't have enough money to buy their own self something to eat, at times, and we holding them down, because because we respect their talent and what they're doing, not for no other reason, not understanding as much as the music industry then as I do now, learning it and seeing it, and like everybody else, and some foul moves being made out there, and it's stealing people's legacies, and it goes beyond that with the rap music and stuff. Well, I like to sit down with George Clinton. I know he got something to say about that part of it and everything else, So that's a very interesting part. If there was anything right now that Robin Harris Jr. could change in the music industry, or any one, I give you two things on this one. What two things would you change in the music industry right now if it was up to you?
Two things I would change in that music industry. One, I would not let the music industry be measured by the metrics, basically, of what it's measured by today is all the streams and all of that. I think good music isn't defined by your streams. I think it's defined by how it connect with people. A lot of times I hear people say, I didn't even know about this song, or I'd rather listen to this type of music than what I hear on the radio. But I mean, we understand it's a business and all of that, but I would just rather if I could change it, I would let music just kind of be out there and let it gravitate to who it gravitate to. Music is subjective, so what somebody might like, I might not like, and vice versa, and that's okay. I would say that, and then I would just say, man, from an artist perspective, just more authenticity. Just be yourself. Don't be out here talking about stuff you don't do, or vice versa, and things like that. I get it's entertainment, but come on, like you gotta look in the mirror too sometimes. So with me, I'd always try to look at it like, okay, can I see myself performing this song like for years, like years down the line? If I can, then yeah, let's do it. So that's just a standard I hold for myself, but that would probably be like what I would say.
Yeah, and that's dope, and that's big too, because that's what it is, making music to transcend everybody and time. People will be listening to your music 10 years from now the same way as they was doing when you first dropped it. So timeless, and that's dope too. And that's a good way to measure it, and a good way to look at it and stick to it, man. That's big. That's big. One more thing: Los Angeles Chargers or Los Angeles Rams?
Oh, that's a great question, man. Definitely not the Chargers.
Chargers.
I root for the Rams because I root for both. I'm an LA guy, so if the Chargers is in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna root for them. But because when I was growing up in LA, there was no LA team. USC was like an NFL team, but I try to root for the Rams more now, man. But I can't say I'm an actual die hard, but I'll say go Rams every once in a while.
Is there any NFL team that you look at and be like, how do you feel about, I'm in Pittsburgh, you mentioned USC, where USC got Troy Polamalu, he went through there, and Lynn Swan went through there too. Swan came through there, so
Troy Polamalu played with my brother.
That's what I was going to ask you. The years you said he
was I got a story that takes me back when I was a kid. I traveled to my brother played USC versus Penn State in New Jersey, and that was the first time I got to see Troy Polamalu really go crazy. And years later, he in the league. So I'm a huge Troy Polamalu fan, man.
Yeah. Oh, so you got to go up. I guess they was playing in the Meadowlands.
Yep.
Up in the Meadowlands, which
I think it was like LeVar Arrington last year. He was at Penn State.
I remember them years. Yeah. Penn State's 2 hours from where I'm sitting right now.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So it is crazy, but that's big, you know, and that's also another great part of your legacy that you have, you know, coming from that background with your brother and your mom and everybody, man, you know, and I really appreciate you taking time out, you know, because time is something you can't get back. So I appreciate that you coming through and sharing some of this time with us and letting you know the story. And we definitely gonna keep you on lock and keep you down, you know. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go off the air here?
Hey man, I'll just go back through it again. Shout out Fresh, Knight, J-Mo, Moms, Big Bro, Milan, everybody, Drea. And it's all love on my end, man. So if I left y'all out, you know, it's a lot going on in my head, but it's just all love, everybody, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We appreciate having you come through, you know, and we definitely got you on lock. Definitely stream, download, buy everything, like everything. Robin Harris Jr., man, he's arrived. He's not here.
Yes,
he's
sir.
arrived. He's arrived, man.
I appreciate you giving me the platform too to come on and do my thing. I appreciate you again.
Anytime, anything you need, hit us up. You know, let us know. You know, and we see with plugs we got that work. You know, that help take that thing to the next level, because that's what we all about. That's what we like to do. You know, so definitely, and I'm definitely gonna shoot your email over to my man 2K and have him holler. You know, and you know, make something happen, man. We you know y'all doing some things out there. Y'all probably in the same neighborhood, ain't even know it. You know,
that part it'd be like that. It'd be like that. So
yeah. So definitely, man. So big shout out to you. Thanks for coming through. You know, this is another great one-on-one. I'm your host, P Stock. You know, stay tapped in. Peace. Hey everyone, it's your man P Stock of iHipHopTV. iHipHopTV is now part of a global consortium of media outlets that not only span the US and Canada, but over 240 countries. We are broadcasters, podcasters, publishers, radio stations, and digital news sites that collectively have an audience reach of 100+ million viewers, listeners, and readers. Currently, promotions, branding, and interviews with Club LVH on Roku TV has put them in position to drive their audience to pay outlets such as Tubi, Netflix, Apple TV, etc. Advertise with iHipHopTV.